Hey everybody, so this will be a tutorial of Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. I love this song, and I love the guy, not just because he's blind, but because of how talented he is, and all the music that he's made over the years. So as with other tutorials, I'm gonna play this through the song. I'll go over the key, the chords, some of the techniques, and if you have any questions or comments, just please let me know at the bottom. Okay, so first is going to be a rough playthrough. So, awesome song. I love this. It's actually a song he wrote about his daughter when she was born. And I don't know how he knew she was lovely, but somehow he did. Love is blind. Pun intended, but also much respect to the guy. So the song, this version of it, the one I'm playing, is in F major. And there aren't that many complicated chords in it. And as far as techniques go, there's a couple of hammer-ons and pull-offs to add to make the song a little jazzier. But I think the hardest part of the song is at the very end, that run up the F major scale. If you don't know your scales, it might be a little bit tougher to handle that part. But there's two ways I'll show off at the end of the video, when I get there, about how to play through that segment. So first is the intro. Now what I like about this part is that you can add whatever chords you want to, whatever variants, whatever jazzy stuff you want to add, go for it. But I feel like the bass of the intro is going to be some kind of D minor chord. So D minor. But the way I play it is I make it a D minor 7 by having the D minor chord, but adding on my pinky on the 3rd fret of the A string to make it a D minor 7 chord. So a little jazzier. But if you don't want to do that, make it D minor by itself. Still sounds great. So it goes from D minor 7 to a G7, and then B flat to F. The nice thing about this is that I'm keeping my index finger actually pivoted on the 1st fret of the E string, which is an F, when I'm switching between chords. So D minor 7, G7, B flat major, and then F. That index finger has not moved at all. And then when you get to the next part, I do F, I do a quick change to a C major chord, and then back, D minor 7, G7, B flat. So, and you can play whatever pattern you want to with the strumming hand. You can do chucks, or you can just do straight up strums. Whatever you want to do for the intro is up to you. It's also a good exercise in pivoting between chords. keeping that index finger in place. If you bar your B flat major chord, that might be a little bit tougher to go from a bar back to F, but you can just practice that. But personally, I like just fretting everything for the B flat major chord. Next is the verse. It's a very simple melody, which I like because you can take that simple melody and then add chords to it and some jazzy stuff to make it sound even more amazing. But the melody itself is and that's fine by itself, but I like to add more to make it sound even better. So I'll do it in parts. First, so that first part is I'm fretting. Just to get it ready, I have my index finger on the first fret of the E string, again that F note, and you can downstrum. And then the next part, I pluck the A string, open A, but I do a hammer-on pull-off with my middle finger on the first fret of the A string. And then I play open G, and then I play that's first fret of the E string. And that's the basic version. So you can once you get to this part, you can even end it with a G7 chord if you wanted to. So the next starts out the same. Once you finish this, and then G7, and you do the same part again. Open A, and then open A, hammer on first of the A string, open G, you play that first fret of the E string again, and then this time you do pull off. I have my middle finger on the second fret of the C string, and you pull off. You plug it, pull off. Oh, a quick note about how I strum and pluck. So basically, every time I play the uke, my style of picking is anchoring with the pinky on the body of the uke, and then I have my thumb assigned to the G and C strings, index finger on the E string, and middle finger on the A string. So just a quick note about how I do that part. And that's the first verse. It's not too bad. Once you get the basic pattern down, and then comes the next. Starts out the same. So for that, I add a little jazzy, where I have and then I have my ring finger on the fourth of the E string, and then middle finger on third, and then I end on the F again on that first fret of the E. So it's almost the exact same thing twice in a row. first part, and then second part. And that's that. And then comes one of my favorite chords in all of ukulele history. This right here, this chord. So this part, I do a open A, and then I fret first of the A string, and then I slide to the third, and comes the chord. It's actually a B flat chord, but I'm replacing this B flat with a C instead. So I'm playing B flat, but I'm adding on the C. So B flat, as in index on first of the E, and then middle on second of the C, and then ring on third of the G. But instead of having a typical B flat chord, I have my pinky on the third fret of the A string, which is a C note. So this is a B flat add 2 chord. So if you want to use all 4 fingers, you can. To simplify it, just ignore the G string, keep it open, and it still sounds great. Where you just use your index, middle, and pinky. So you pluck that chord, and then open A, first of the A, and then slide again. And this time it's a B flat minor chord. Well, kind of. It's a B flat minor with a G. I don't know the exact chord name right now. Probably B flat minor add something. But I think of it simply, just a B flat minor chord. I just bar the first of the C, E, and A strings and keep the G open. If you want to, you can even play a bar on all 4 strings. Still sounds good. Or even just make a legit B minor chord. Personally, I like it better when it's just fretting the C, E, and A strings, keeping the G string open. And then it goes to a G7 chord. You pluck. My mistake. It goes to an F chord. From the B minor, you pluck A, open A, and then you just play an F chord. But I keep it jazzy by just keeping the G string open, just fretting the first of the E string. Downstrum, and then G. You play the E string. So downstrum, G string, E string, G, E, and then you pluck the second of the C string. And then you can end that with a G7. And almost done. Open A, first of the A, open A. So that part, open A, first, open A, open G, and then the first of the E string, and then second of the C string, open C, and then first of the E. And then you end the song with that run up the F major scale. So if you don't know your scales for the uke, there's 2 ways I could play this. First is, that's the way I typically play it, but you can also play it this way. Now the reason why I don't play it this way is because my uke's getting pretty old, so the further up the neck I go, the worse the intonation becomes. I'm due for a new one actually. I'm ordering one pretty soon. But I'll show it both ways, starting with my way. So first you do an open C, and then you play second of the C, which is a D note. So C, D, and then the F major scale. First of this the E string, then third, so for open C, second of the C, first of the E, third of the E, open A, first, third, fifth, and then finally the eighth. So fifth is where the first circle is, seventh is the second one. So you go one above the 7 to the 8th fret, and the song's over. And you can even vibrato if you want to make it sound even better. And even then with this F major chord if you want. Again, totally up to you. Now, the other way to play a scale is the way you can play any major scale starting on the C string. But it starts off the same. You go to open C, and then second of the C, and you gotta find the F, which in this case is the 5th fret of the C string. And the pattern is so 5th, 7th, and then you go to the C string, 5th, 6th, 8th, and then you go to the A string, 5th, and you skip this, and you go straight to the 8th. So if you have a newer ukulele, it might actually sound better to play it this way because the intonation might not be as bad as it is for mine, because mine's getting pretty old. And that's my version of Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, just let me know at the bottom. I love this song so much. I've been playing it all day. And for the piano too, it sounds amazing. So I love playing both versions. Alright guys, so hope this helps. Keep practicing. And if you have any requests for any songs I can do in the future, just let me know. Take care.